Hi team, welcome to today's workout. Thank you so much for joining me today. Before we get started, I will remind you, please make sure to check in once we are finished today. You can do that just below the video player here. As well, please make use of the stretching video that is also available to you to leave your body feeling nice and healthy and happy. All right? So today's workout, we're going to do 3-minute supersets with a core focus. So how this is going to work is we're going to have our superset, 2 different exercises that are going to work different parts of our bodies while the other rests. We are going to do each exercise for a set amount of reps, and we are just going to fill 3 minutes. So today, you have freedom of how fast or how slow you want to go with these. Don't feel like you need to keep up with me. I'm going to try to count a little quieter as to not mess you up if you are going faster or slower, all right? So we're just going to fill those 3 minutes just back and forth, going between those 2 exercises at a comfortable pace that works for each of us, all right? I will show you how to do everything before we even do it. So number 1, we're going to do 10 per side of something called Bulgarian split squat, and then we're going to do 20 45-degree crunches, all right? I'll show you these things, and then we will get started. So Bulgarian split squat. If you don't have something to put your foot up onto, that is completely fine. You can turn this into a regular split squat instead by just stepping back with your foot. But a Bulgarian split squat, what you're going to do is you're going to bring that foot behind you and elevate it, so putting it up onto something. From here, you're going to think of this as a downward motion. You're going to drop your center of gravity towards that front knee, pushing up through that heel in order to stand up. You're not leaning into it, okay? But that direction, that is where that sternum is going. It's just over that front knee, all right? We're gonna do 10 on one side, then we're gonna switch and do 10 on the other. If you need to do 5 one side and then 5 the other twice, feel free to do that as well, all right? After that, we have 45-degree crunches, 20 of these. We're gonna lay down on our backs with our knees bent up just like this, feet pointing towards the wall. Fingers behind our ears with our elbows nice and wide. We're just gonna lift our shoulders up off the floor, squeezing that core at the top. So up, squeeze, back down, up, squeeze, back down. We're going to do 20 of those, all right? 10 seconds here, team. We'll get started with our 3 minutes. Here we go. And 3, 2, 1, and go. And 1. Like I said, I'm going to count just a little quieter, just in case you want to take things a little slower or faster today. That's 5 and 6, 7. If you do want to follow along with me, by all means, go right ahead. 9 and 10. All right, I'm switching legs. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, and go. 1, 2. So dropping that center of gravity down towards that front knee, all right? Still standing up nice and straight though. You're not leaning into it. Pushing up through that heel of that front foot to stand up. 8, 9, and 10. All right, I'm switching to crunches. If you're following along with me, 3, 2, 1, and go. 1, 2, lifting up, squeezing that core at the top. Keep your elbows nice and wide whenever you're doing crunches. That's going to stop you from collapsing forward and possibly putting a lot of strain on your neck. And 10, 11, 12, 13. Keep going, team. 14, 15, 16, almost there. 17, 18, 19, 20. All right, I am switching back to our BSS. All right, we're a little over halfway through, almost done. 3, 2, 1, and go. 1 and 2. So just like I am, if you need something to kind of hold onto for this for balance, feel free to use it. Just try not to have it help you, all right? You're not pulling up with that arm that you are using. 9 and 10. All right, I'm switching legs. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, and go. 1, 2, 3, Keep going, team. 5 and 6, 7. Awesome job. 8. 30 seconds left. And 9 and 10. All right, I'm switching back to crunches. We only have 25 seconds left. So I'm just going to start crunching and stay on these until we are finished. 10 more seconds, team. Keep going. Finish up whatever you are doing. In 3, 2, 1, and rest. Whew. All right, awesome job, team. Let's take this quick break. We'll grab some water, and then we'll move on to the next one, all right? Whew. All right, team. Take a deep breath with me. Here we go. And in and out. All right. Moving on here, team. We are going to do our upper bodies for our first exercise. We're going to do 20 of something called bent over rows. Then we are going to do 20 bird dogs for our core. I'll show you how to do these things, and then we will get started. So, bent over rows, you're going to need some sort of weights, whether you have soup cans, water bottles, dumbbells, any of those things will work. What we're going to do from here is, we're going to start feet shoulder width apart, slight bend in our knees, keeping the weight in our heels. We're going to hinge forward at our waist to about a 45-degree angle. So I want you a fair bit forward. If this is bugging your lower back, feel free to sit down on something, all right? The end of, basically sitting on the end of something with your bum. So you're sitting, but you're kind of barely on it as well. In that 45-degree angle, keeping our palms together, or facing rather, we're going to drive our elbows up behind us, squeezing our shoulder blades up at the top, elbows nice and close to our bodies, all right? 20 of those. Keep your shoulder blades down nice and low on your back as well to stop from shrugging up into your neck, okay? And then after that, we have 20 bird dogs. So, a bird dog, we're going to start in table position, just like so, hands and knees just like this. With our cores nice and tight, so you're going to squeeze your core muscles, draw your belly button in back towards your spine just a little bit. We're going to lift our opposite appendages out to about hip height. It's not an upward motion, it's an outward motion, all right? So outward motion, just like this, switching back and forth, just like so. If you find you're a little off balance when you lift, keep a nice wide stance with your hands and your knees, and that will help you with your balance, all right? A little over 10 seconds here, team, and we will switch, or start rather, with number 2 with our bent over rows. 3 minutes, here we go, in 3, 2, 1, and go. Awesome job, team. Keep those elbows nice and close to your body. And 9. If you're following along with me, that's 10. 11. Shoulder blades down nice and low. Squeezing those shoulders together at the top. And 15. 16. 17. Almost there. 18. 19. And 20. All right. Following along with me, I'm switching to bird dogs. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1, and go. 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5. Keep going, team. 6, and 7, 8, 9, and 10. Halfway through. 11, and 12. Keep that core nice and tight. Squeeze those ab muscles, draw that belly button in back towards your spine just a little bit. 17, 18, 19, and 20. All right, and we're a minute and a half through, so we are halfway through. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, and go. And 2. If you're following along with me, keep going. This is 5, and 6, 7. Awesome job, team. Wherever you are right now, keep going. And 11, 12, 13. Elbows nice and close to your body, squeezing those shoulder blades together in the back. And 17, 18, 19, and 20. Whew. All right, bird dogs, switching to those. Here we go. We have about 45 seconds left. And 3, 2, 1, and go. On your bird dog, squeeze that core nice and tight. If you do find your balance is a little off, widen your stance with your knees and your hands. All right. And 10. We only have 20 seconds left of this, so I'm just going to continue doing my bird dogs. Good. 10 seconds here, team. Awesome work. And here we go. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Whew. All right, awesome work, team. Let's take this quick break. We'll grab some water, and then we'll move on to the next one, okay? Whew. All right, team. Take a deep breath with me. Here we go, and in, and out. All right, moving on here, team. We are going to do 20 goblet squats and 20 90-degree crunches. I will show you how to do these things, and then we will get started. So, a goblet squat is essentially a regular squat, but you're holding a weight, all right? So, standing feet shoulder width apart, toes pointed out at a bit of an angle, keeping the weight in your heels. You're gonna hinge at your knees and your waist, and then we're just going to squat down as if we're about to sit in a chair, all right? Pushing up through your heels in order to stand up. I just kind of hold my dumbbell just like this, goblet style, and then just pushing up through those heels in order to stand back up. 20 of those. After that, we're switching to 20 90-degree crunch. So, 90-degree crunch, you're gonna lay down on your back, feet straight up in the air, just like this. From there, it's a regular crunch. Fingers behind your ears, elbows nice and wide. We're gonna lift our shoulders up, squeezing our cores at the top. So up, squeeze, back down, up, squeeze, back down. All right, so up and down, just like so. All right, 20 of those. If you do find having your feet straight up in the air is bothering your lower back, feel free to bend those knees, kind of similar to what we did with our 45-degree crunch. All right, just kind of letting them hang above your bum, and then we're just gonna do those crunches regularly, all right? A little under 10 seconds here, team. We'll get started with our goblet squat. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, and go. 1, and 2. So regular squat, just holding that weight. 4, 5, keeping that weight in your heels on the up and down of that squat. 9, and 10. Halfway through, team. 11. If you are following along with me, I should say 13, 14, 15. Almost there, team. 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. All right. Switching to our 90-degree crunch. Here we go. 20 of these. 3, 2, 1, and go. 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, 6. Keep going, team. 7. Whatever you're on, whatever you're doing. Lifting that core, squeezing that core at the top in your 90-degree crunch. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. All right, I am switching back to my goblet squat. If you're following along with me, less than a minute and a half left. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, and go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Keep going, team. 7, and 8, 9, and 10. Awesome work, team. And 12, 13. We've got 45 seconds left. 15, 16. Almost there if you're following along. 18, 19, and 20. Whew. All right, I am switching back to the 90-degree crunch. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, and go. We only have 20 seconds left, team. I'm just gonna keep crunching until I'm done. Lifting, squeezing that core at the top. 10 seconds. And 3, 2, 1, and rest. Whew. All right, awesome job, team. Let's take this quick break. We'll grab some water and then we'll move on to the next one, all right? Whew. Whew. All right, team. Take a deep breath with me. Here we go, and in and out. All right, moving on here, team. We are going back up to our upper bodies for our first exercise. We're going to do 20 chest fly. 30-second V-sit hold is going to be our piece of core, all right? Depending on where you are, if you're following along with me, you may or may not have to count your own 30 seconds for that V-sit hold, very much like you would be counting your own reps if you're not following along, all right? So, chest fly, if you can, I recommend using some slightly lighter weight than you would have for your bent over rows for this, all right? Because our arms are straight for this exercise. This is called our lever length. So we're gonna lay down on the floor, knees bent up towards the ceiling for comfort. Arms are out straight in a T shape, just like this. Then you're just gonna lift those weights straight up over your body, just like this. So up and down, just like so. All right, 20 of those. Then we're going to switch into a 30-second V-sit hold. So V-sit, we're gonna sit on our bums, knees bent up towards the ceiling, just like this. From here, we are going to sit back into a V shape, just like this. Cores are squeezed. We're gonna draw those belly buttons in back towards our spine just a little bit. We're just gonna hold it for 30 seconds. The difficulty of these is all dependent on how far back you're sitting and how high up your feet are, all right? So make sure you are basically giving yourself the difficulty where you can make it through the whole 30 seconds. I would rather you kind of sit up a little taller with your feet on the floor and make it through all 30 seconds than sit on your tailbone and burn out in the first 10, all right? So 10 seconds here, team. We will get started with our 3 minutes. Chest fly first in 3, 2, 1, and go. So nice straight arms, lifting those weights up over your body. 8, 9, and 10. If you're following along with me, that's halfway through. And 12, 13, 14. Almost there, team. 15, and 16. 17, 18. Keep those arms nice and straight. 19 and 20. All right, I'm switching to our V-sit hold. Here we go in 3, 2, 1, and go. Squeezing that core nice and tight, drawing that belly button in back towards your spine just a tiny bit. Nice work, team. 10 seconds, keep holding. And 3, 2, 1. All right, I'm switching back to chest fly, 20 of these. Here I go, 3, 2, 1, and go. Awesome job, team. Stay with me now. Whatever you are on, keep going. And 8, 9, and 10. Halfway through. 11. Keep those arms nice and straight. Try to get your weights as close to the floor as you can while still being able to lift them back up. All right? 15, 16, 17. Almost there. 18, 19, and 20. Whew. All right, I'm switching to our V-sit. Here we go. We have 35 seconds left. 3, 2, 1, and up. So I'm just gonna hold this until we are finished. Keeping that core nice and tight. Squeeze those abs, draw that belly button in. Remember, the further back you're sitting and the higher up your feet, the tougher this is going to be. All right, 5 seconds left. And 2, 1, and rest. Whew. All right, excellent job, team. Let's take this quick break. We'll grab some water, and then we'll move on to the next one, okay? Whew. All right, team. Take a deep breath with me. Here we go, and in and out. All right, moving on here, team. Back down to our legs. We are going to do something called around the world lunges, 5 per side of those. After that, we are going to do 10 per side of something called side crunch. I'll show you how to do these things, and then we will get started. So, a around the world lunge combines a reverse lunge, a side lunge, and a forward lunge for a count of 1. So all 3 of those things is a count of 1. We're going to do 5 counts per side. So that reverse lunge, we're dropping that leg behind us, dropping that center of gravity down over that front knee, pushing up through that heel in order to stand up. A side lunge, you're going to step to the side, again, just bringing that center of gravity towards that knee. You're not leaning into it, okay? Towards that knee, pushing up through that heel over that or under that knee that you just lunged towards, all right? And then from there, a front or a forward lunge. I like to kick my leg forward to about a 45-degree angle, lean down on it, and again, thinking of it as a downward motion, bringing that center of gravity over that knee, pushing up through that front heel in order to stand up. All right, we're gonna do 5 per side of those 3 counts. After that, we are switching to side crunches. So, a side crunch, we're gonna lay down on our sides just like this. I like to put my bottom arm straight out in front of me because then I'm not gonna use it, all right? From there, finger behind your ear, just like you would with a regular crunch. We're gonna crunch up, squeeze our obliques on top, very gently lifting that bottom shoulder off the floor, all right? We're gonna do 10 on one side, then we're gonna switch over and do 10 on the other. So, 10 seconds here, team. We'll get started with our around the world lunges, 5 per leg. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, and go. All right. 1, and 1. So we're gonna do all 5 on one side first, and then we will switch to the other leg. That was 2, this is 3, and 3, and 3. Nice work, team. 4, and 4. These lunges take a little bit longer than the others, all right? So we may not do too many rounds of this superset today. That's completely fine. And 5, 5, and 5. All right, switching legs. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, and go. 1, 1, ooh, and 1. Whew. This is 2. If you are indeed following along with me, 2. Always remember, you're always just pushing up through that heel of the foot that's either in front of you or the one that you've kind of just lunged out to the side with. 3. This is 4. 4. And 4. And 5. Last one, then we'll switch to our side crunch. And 5. Whew. All right. Side crunch, 10 per side of these. Here we go, team. 3, 2, 1, and go. 1, and 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, and 7. Keep going. 8, 9, and 10. All right, switching sides. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1, and go. 1, and 2, 3, 4. Keep going, team. Squeezing that oblique on top, gently lifting that bottom shoulder off the floor. 8, 9, and 10. Whew. All right, switching to our around the world lunge. We have about 25 seconds left. So I'm going to alternate legs each time, all right? 3, 2, 1, and go. 1, 1, and 1. All right, 10 seconds here, team. One more round on the other side. 1, and 1. And that's it. All right, that is it, team. We're done for the day. Thank you so much for joining me. I always appreciate you being here. Now that we are finished, please remember to check in. You can do that just below the video player here. As well, if you feel comfortable with it, I would love to see your sweaty selfie on social media. You can tag me on both Facebook and Instagram at M12 Fitness Liz. All right? Thanks again so much, team, and I will see you for our next one.